accessing some hip internal rotation, feeling a nice glute stretch, which is kind of the goal when we're doing something like a single leg deadlift. So we're trying to recreate this position just in a way that is not fully loaded with my body weight. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna have something out in front of you. You can play with the height of the object based on how it feels. So I'm just gonna use this lower boxer. This is a 12-inch box, I believe. So this is the leg I'm focusing on. I'm gonna have this up here with my heel. I'm gonna pull my toes up. I'm gonna keep my knee just soft. Now what I'm gonna be focusing on doing is I'm gonna be trying to pull this inner bony spot of my knee towards this front hip bone here. So my headlight to this inner knee, I'm gonna pull those towards each other. And as I get to about right there, I just feel a nice big back pocket stretch. And I feel my groin working here. The biggest thing for me is it should feel muscular. If it feels pinchy, bitey, really like stinging, really like focused and pinpoint on like where the bone or the tendon attaches to the bone, is not the goal. I want it to feel like muscle belly. So right here, I feel my groin like in my inner thigh, and I feel my back pocket, like my actual meaty part of my glute stretching. And I'm just trying to pull those towards each other. Pause at the stretch. And then I'm kind of like pushing myself away and just kind of rinsing and repeating. Again, we're just trying to teach our body how to actually access these joint positions, because if your joints can't access the position, you're not going to be able to use the right muscles. So we're just trying to get our brain comfortable with kind of what it feels like to be there, taking gravity and balance and the load of your body weight out of the equation, because as soon as those things start to become a factor, a lot of times you'll naturally tighten up a lot of those areas and you won't be able to access the same amount of space. And again, you can mess with this. If I could eventually have this leg higher to kind of challenge that a little bit more. You can mess with how straight your knee is to kind of sit back into that hip. The goal is to find the combination that works best for you. And then over time, the idea is that is the same exact combination. So for me, it's about right here. I get it, as I do that, I get a nice glute stretch here. And notice I'm doing this from my pelvis. I'm not turning just my shoulders. This is not the goal. The goal is focusing on your pelvis and rotate that across. My shoulders just follow along. I get a glute stretch. And again, if I take this same position and just stand on it right there and do a single leg deadlift, well, look, it's the same exact position I was just in. I feel a ton of glute and a little bit of hamstring. That is how we do a clean, good single leg RDL to get a lot better hip motion, clean that stuff up, and to avoid using our back too much.